Are you serious? Are you serious? Have a cup of coffee. Well, I got my coffee. And before we get into today's video, because I'm going to have time to do one, I might even do two. This happened last night, and it kind of irritated a lot of people. Now, I understand part of it, but I don't understand another part of it. And I've told you guys this before, and I'm not a fan of channels like this, even though I've kind of asked YouTube to monetize. It doesn't mean I will. I just ask them to see, because I'm retired now and I don't make a lot of money. I don't work. So anyway, that hasn't happened yet. But you know who, Coffee Guy, came on last night with this big old thing about why Mike from Around the World wasn't there, but he did email him. And then the second part was, well, chilling response or something like that, or whatever the name of the video was. Go to Patreon. Well, number one, Patreon, pay. Then I find out that the video's only 2 minutes long. Oh, but it's big info, and people were saying to him, well, wait a minute. Why can't you even skirt around it if it's big info? Nope. Well, sorry, I'm not going to pay for that. Plus, I kind of already think I know what's going on. And I got a lot to say, and I don't want to make it an hour video, so I might do two. Right now, the stock market has plummeted like I thought it would. We're getting hit back with tariffs from other countries that we're throwing on them. And so we're getting into this trade war. Now, what did I say yesterday? I said that if the stock market got to 42, that would be time to worry. Well, that's where it is. It's 42. If it gets down to 40 to 39, I would be almost in a panic mode. Unfortunately, that won't be me, or fortunately it won't be, because we pretty much have ourselves set up here to be able to, this is our place. And like I've always said, your first bug out place should be at home. Just make sure you got the right things that are going to work. You probably should have a gas stove, not an electric stove, because you don't want the power to go. If that happens, you can't cook. Or any backup means, or this, that, or whatever. Then I found this out last night. Now, part of Canada over here kind of controls a little bit of New York's power grid. Well, if they wanted to shut that down, they're not going to get any power. You ever see what happened in New York in blackouts? Wow. So that's one big thing. Now, I don't know how to come out and say this, because I like to skirt things and not really say it. There's a lot of people think they can label me a political side, but they don't know me. I consider myself like Nate, in the middle. I lean a little more this way than this way. But today, the blame game is the same old blame game. Oh, it's the guy that was there before. And oh my God, how horrible the economy was. Blah, 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 blah. Well, not really. There were many things of that I didn't like. And like another guy, like Greg says, which I totally agree with. See, the best Republican president we ever had was Ronald Reagan. And that's in my mind, okay? It's not, oh, he's a businessman. No, that doesn't got nothing to do with me. I want to see how you run the country. Well, for any of you guys that think you're going to see $5,000, I think you're going to be dreaming. And then, like we were talking about this just a little couple of minutes ago, I think that this whole thing with the Ukraine, oh, they're ready to sign, is a bunch of bull crap. It's to keep us thinking, oh, they're going to do it. They're going to, oh, yeah. I brought this up to somebody else the other day. Since when have we ever been friends with this country that comes off Alaska? Except for World War II. In World War II, they were fighting with us, and when Germany decided to come through that area in the snow, that's what did them in, and then nothing happened from there. And the war was pretty much canceled. Plus, you also had the big on Japan. So pretty much by then, it was all wrapping up. But that was the only time that this country was on our side. Now, the newsflash just came up because Canada and Mexico threw extra tariffs on us. So what is going to happen? Mr. You-know-who is going to put more tariffs on them, which is going to hurt you and me. And the only people that are going to be any okay with it all are people that have a little bit of money. Like if you're rich. The normal person is not going to see a $5,000 Doge check. They're not going to see winning. It's not going to happen. Okay, and I keep kind of sporadically checking my phone for the market. It was at 650 yesterday when it closed, and it's 627 today. It means it fell that much, and now it's falling that much again. 42,564.20. By the time it gets down to 40, if you haven't woke up that nothing's going to change, then it's what it is. You can come on here, you can give me every freaking excuse you want to. But in reality, we're not winning. And what's going on right now as we speak? You got 4,000 more troops going down to the southern border. Okay. But you do got to remember that there are legal people up here who might sympathize with their brothers down there. You see what I'm saying? Now, I know a lot of people think this is baloney and it isn't true. And even if it isn't true, it's still kind of funny because a lot of it beginning to happen. And I used to tell my friends that even if it's true, the whole John Teeter thing, well, they gave inaccurate dates on purpose. So no one would know and be able to do anything. But what did he say would be the spark of what is so-called a second civil war? Faulty politics. Faulty politics. Because eventually, if you guys remember the Achoo, remember that, and remember what happened with toilet paper and cleaning supplies and blah, 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 blah. You ain't seen nothing. Once it looks like it's going to implode, not explode, and I used to like old DB. I used to think he was a cool dude because I am registered as this party. But you see, I'm like Greg. The things that didn't happen aren't going to happen. Oh, he's going to stop the wokeness. Oh, he's going to do this. He's going to do this. Well, have you gone on TikTok? Have you gone on Instagram? Have you gone on Facebook? That didn't end. They're still there. Now, the one thing that I do agree with, is, well, no, you shouldn't have a whatever change and then think you're going to compete in that sport and dominate it. Well, no, I agree with that. But if you want to be a lamppost, that's fine by me, okay? So last night we were watching, I'm telling you guys, I'm going to give you this little tip. Greg's channel is New York Prepper. But I'm going to give you this so you know. And I'm going to give you a little bit of what I kind of like and don't like about his channel. It is his channel, free to do what he wants, and that's okay. So last night, we were watching a lot of air traffic because all I got to do is download, what's it called, Flight Tracker 24, and it will show you pretty much. And if you click the alerts, you don't even have to pay for that part. It'll come up with the planes that are losing turning their transponders off or losing signal. A lot of little Cessnas, but yesterday there were two stealth bombers over San Diego. There was a B-52 in Kuwait, and there were some other major planes flying around, and you can see because they show them up in red, okay? Now, this is where we're going to get a little bit into a channel. Now, I love this channel. It's a great channel, but, and I know, I understand, but you got to be careful, my friend, because when you have too many moderators, they've all got different views. I might come on there and say, oh yeah, did you see bananas yesterday? They were great. And nothing happens. Or you could say, did you see bananas yesterday? And this other guy decides he doesn't like that, and you're gone. See, sometimes too many moderators is not a good thing. You should probably...
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
I never even said the stupid name. That's you know who, Alexa, but I've renamed it. I never said the word. It went off. My friend around the world said that was because it's learning. Okay? It's learning as you talk. So the whole time I'm speaking, that microphone on that dumb thing is picking me up because I never said its name. But anyway, too many moderators can sometimes not be a good thing. 2 or 3, and have them work like shifts. I mean, if they come in and they're there, well, that's okay. But if they're not, well, then whatever. But when you get a lot of moderators on a channel, like a lot of moderators, that can go kind of sour. You need to have like a balance of moderators. But hey, it's not my channel. Everybody's free to do how they want to do it. Also going to give you a word of warning. If you come over here to that channel and start being pro MAGA, you're going to get banned. Even though a lot of people there are, they're sick and tired of those individuals coming in at night, dominating the chat, trying to tell us how great it is, no matter how bad it is. And I learned this. See, Trudeau blasts Trump, tariffs are dumb, but they're going to give them back to us. So it's going to be this never-ending bullcrap. Okay? But I learned this lesson. You can't argue with a person who's MAGA. You cannot. They are correct, you are wrong, and nothing you're going to say is going to change any of it. Oh, he's smart. He plays chess, not checkers. Really? Now we're going to end this video, because we're in 15 minutes of it, with this. Some people are happy because they think, because they already kind of know it, and I believe part of it, I mean most of it, that what's going on right now is going to usher in biblical times. So they're happy. They don't care that all this is going down. They're going to meet Jesus, and he's going to come and be on this earth, feet here, meet every one of us, the billions of us that are on earth, and we're all going to meet him. Well, I consider myself a Christian, but I don't believe that scenario is going to play out. Okay? I also saw a video on technology that would blow your mind. And I told this guy, I said, think Roswell. Now, again, I'm not telling you I'm the biggest Roswell expert there is, but I know a little bit about it because I've been like on this subject since I was like 12 years old. I'm 67, 55 years. My father, who is long passed on, a friend of his who actually worked there, passed on. Now, these guys just did security. That's all they did. But the one guy told my dad that everything that was talked about was true in there. He said, but from that point, I can't tell you anything else. Now we're going to, sorry about that. Still got a cold. So fast forward to now. And the video I saw, whether or not it was an AI video, was very eye-opening. And what I said before, AI robots, the little guys, and they flew it via their electronic brain, and were able to handle space-time because they're not people. And I find it funny because a lot of people could sit there and they totally believe in some other species coming through space, through time, to get here. Yet, if you say we've done it, it's an unbelievable feat. Well, I don't know about that. That's kind of, I don't know. Everybody's free to believe what they believe. So last night, and another thing I'm going to tell you about that group, I don't usually talk much. Therefore, I don't get banned. But there are people in there that are, and I'm going to say it, there's a couple of moderators in there that are allowed to say whatever they want to say, but are free to ban others because they can. I've seen it. I kind of wanted to tell him, but I thought, well, no, I'm just going to let it go because you like the person and whatever. But I thought that was interesting because if you do what this individual does, then it's a no-no, but that guy's allowed to do it, and that doesn't make sense because it's not really what I would call fair, but hey, not my channel. It's good, you know. I'm just there. And I wanted to go in there and become a member, like pay, because you guys have been making me like, you know, making me like these gift memberships. Well, I wouldn't mind buying one, but the thing is, I can't do it. I think I have to wait till this one expires, and then I can buy one, okay? But I will when I can. But let's go way back to the beginning of the video. Pastor Paul, for a 2-minute video, would want you to pay for it. No. Because everything that you guys are saying, or we're saying here, us, is probably what he's going to tell us. War with Iran is an imminent thing. They've already put 40,000 troops in Israel ready to gear up for anything. Stop and think what a farce this is, not them. But we're going to go there and we're going to make a resort out of the Holy Land. What's next? Gambling casinos? Maybe call it the Sahara, which would be a pun, because there already is one here. But what are you going to do? Do that too? Gambling in the Holy Land? But everybody on board of that thinks it's totally fine. Oh, the guy knows what he's doing. Well, not so much. And I keep looking at the stocks, and I'm trying to see if it'll make it to 800 before it stops for today. It's kind of climbing. You've got about another 2.5 hours before it ends. But I still say that 42 is a point where that's my tipping point. Okay? I think it was at 45, something like that, when January 20th started. It's been 2 months, and it's already fallen 3,000 points. Then you're going to block farmers and put stuff on them. But this group, there's no argument. They're correct. You're not. They are. Oh, he's showing who's boss. Again, when have we pandered with that country? When did we ever pander with them? Except way back in the 40s. Told you this yesterday, and I'm going to tell you again. There was an incident with the leader then, Khrushchev, who I don't have the whole story vividly, but I'm sure it was Kennedy. He threw a shoe. And then he basically said, and this is like it was like during the Missiles of October time or whatever it was, and he basically told us that it didn't matter how long it took, but one day our guard would go down, and then what would he say they would do to us? They would bury us. What are we doing? Oh, we're taking all this off of them. Let's get this key fact straight before I end my video. This whole Ukraine war was not started by Ukraine. Now, was I a great fan of the billions of dollars that went to them? which was supposedly for military aid. Who knows exactly where that went? But was I for that part? Oh, hell no. But they didn't start the war. They didn't. Russia started the war. Russia wanted back their parts of what they used to own. That's what they wanted. They wanted their old areas back. They started the war, not Ukraine. Ukraine did not start any war. Ukraine's pretty small when it comes to them. And had this been the World War II Russian thing, they probably could have handily taken them right over. Now, don't get me wrong. They have areas of military strength that are still pretty good. But the Ukraine did not start this. This was not started by them. Russia started it. I watched every freaking moment of it. A friend of mine who used to subscribe to me, who used to talk to me every single day, was right there watching it with me. Anyway, we got a lot of planes and all that over there in the Middle East right now. There's a lot comes in here where I live. You see it. I can't do it now because if I was to do it, let me see if I can do it here on my phone because I can't escape out of this. Well, let's see if I can find it on my phone here. Oh, here we go. That's not it. Okay. See, my apps bounce around a lot, and I end up having to manually go find it. I hate it. So, okay. So we're going to look up, this is what we're going to do. We're going to look up an area that's by me. And this is the one. Let's look. Okay. Nothing of any real major importance. Nope. And what about here? Nope. So no important flights here. But again, like I said in a different video, we live right over a flight path. Okay? So there's no hiding it coming in. They can turn off their transponders. Like I looked one time for planes on the ground. It didn't show them. But we saw the C-130 fly over. It landed there. And you see how quickly people fall away from other stories? What about the drones on the East Coast? Whatever happened with them? What about the mysterious fog? Whatever happened with that? You know, all these other things that were big. Oh, and then old Stephen Greer, yeah, he was going to come out and tell us everything, and disclosure and blah, blah, blah. What happened? Zero. Nothing. Again, I'm trying to do a video where I'm kind of like bouncing around stuff without really saying it. Okay? Because I want you to understand my viewpoint of it. I got nothing but time to just sit here and watch. Okay? Because I'm retired now. I could never really go back to a full-time job because I do have some limitations. Something happened to me about a year ago, and I'm not really completely over it. It's kind of better, but it isn't gone. If they cut my Medicare, if they cut my Social Security, I'm going to be screwed, okay? But that's what they're talking about. Oh, yeah, you guys are all going to get $5,000. I don't believe it. If I get it, okay. And I've already told you my view on Fort Knox. I already told you in a video. I don't know why they're bringing this up like no one knows. Of course, younger people don't know because they don't pay attention. But we'll go back there again. In 1982, again, the best president we ever had, Ronald Reagan, did an investigation of Fort Knox. And basically found out that there was gold there, but not this massive amount and all this and everything else. And again, $1,000 hammers, $500 toilet seats, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Where did the money go? Bob Fletcher, who I mentioned in an old video, those money was used to buy and make underground bunkers in case of some big-time conflict with a different country or an incoming asteroid or something of that effect. Big as Mount Weather, which everyone should know where that military complex is. Just as big as that. They can drive big rigs in there and everything. That's where the money went. But these guys are acting like people are stupid and don't know. Well, the problem is, a lot of people don't know. Because they don't know. They're younger and they don't research. And all their thing is, what did this guy say today? You know what I mean? That's all, they don't care. They just care about stupid, toot-toot, broski. Yo, fam. That stupid new Canadian younger kid talk. That's all they care about. Stupid little reels like that. Which would bring me back to the beginning of this video. See, all that's not gone. Those over-the-top reels that you watch that the children should probably not see, they're still there. We're not dealing with that, right? So I'm like, Greg, I say the same thing that he said, but I couldn't bring myself to it for that person or the other. And I'm going to come off and I'm going to burst a little bubble for people on this side. It doesn't matter what. Doesn't matter what it is. Whatever you think whatever you believe. I'm not trying to put this off as a sexist thing, but the United States was not ready for a woman president. Now, I've had people say woman of color, but I'm also... Now, here's another thing. If you believe that voting is legit, okay, guess who won the popular vote in the Hillary race? She won the popular vote. Now, did I want her to be president? Well, no. But if we went by popular vote, she won. You see? Electoral college sucks because you could totally vote for somebody and have your state change it because they can. They don't have to go with what the vote is. That's why it should be a popular vote if it happens to be legitimate, which I doubt it is. So, you're never going to win. I learned this. I told my girlfriend this. They know it. They have family members and all of this. You cannot argue with MAGA. You can't. No matter what. Again, I told her, if he came into your house and took the grandest poop there ever was on your living room floor and walked away, the ones that liked the guy would say it was for a reason. It's because he knows what he's doing. Really? I can see a lot of things happening coming down the road, and I'm just some guy. Yet, and I'm not saying I'm not 100% right, but I've been more right than wrong. So now we're just going to kick back and see where this all leads. Now, again, Nate's got a throw a decent video out. I'm probably going to watch it. I don't watch him 100% anymore because, like I said, he does a lot of skits and a lot of interviews. And if you're into Gerald Celente talking for an hour, that's fine. I already know about Gerald Celente. I know what he talks about, and I already know what's coming, so I don't need to watch it, okay? I don't need economists telling me stuff that I already know. So I don't watch all of it. And again, I do my videos for free. I did click a little box, and they've been reviewing me for a while, so we're going to see. I probably won't be approved because I don't have enough followers. I've only got like 80. I had 87, and then I lost 2. And I don't know whether these guys just decided that I wasn't their kind of platform or whatever it was. But again, if you guys threw me topics, I could do that. I used to shoot back in the early 2000s. I was running my channels like everybody else's. And back in those days, again, albeit that's not a lot of subscribers, but for the time it kind of was. Especially on the topics I was talking about. Owen, get this. Hi, it's Tara. heavy mass object guy, the guy that talks about the planet, he's back. He posted a video yesterday. He was the guy that told us to eat borax for radiation. Anyway, I gotta go do some other stuff. And so, anyway, I'm going to end this video. I might do another one later, but this is it for today. Peace. I'll be seeing you.